Oh,
but
that's
no
kind of cool. I was
exceptions.
really happy with how that one came out.
That was a great tribute. And let's talk a little bit about Michael. Michael, you tell me that was from a former career, and you are so brave. You were a mortician. That is amazing that you could do those things like that, Tiffany.
Yeah, I was a mortician for a couple of years, and I left the field because I had my third child, and my husband gave me the opportunity to devote more time to my music career. So I was really lucky that I got to do that, and now I have time to record albums with my cousin Eric and things like that. So it's really nice. But yeah, being a mortician was an amazing experience that I will never regret taking on. I learned a lot about the best and worst of humanity, that's for sure.
And you also took care of the people, because I believe it's more than musician, the funeral director. You're also, comforting the family and things like that, correct?
Yeah, I was. I was an embalmer and a funeral director. I have to say that I preferred being in the prep room and embalming over funeral directing. It's incredibly emotionally taxing. If you're unable to separate yourself, it can be really emotionally taxing.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, God bless you for doing that thing. Everything in the world cycles. Everybody needs to do things, and
Yeah,
people helped my father so much when my father passed away. So everybody has
it
those
was definitely
memories. Memories.
it was
Speaking of that,
definitely a passion.
yeah,
Yes,
passion.
it's definitely a passion of mine. I keep my license current just in case this music thing doesn't work out.
And that brings
Yeah.
me a great segue for Eric. Memories to forget. That is a jam, my friend. That is you
Thank
leading
you.
the pack on that one. Tell us about how that how came to be. Your great studios, your friends. I know you was a Novell, I believe, Mr. Novell band. I was reading something about that. I'm sorry. In your past.
Cyril Neville.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I played with Cyril for several years, and I mean, even into last. I think it's probably been about a year since I played with him last. I still do every now and then. When I'm here in New Orleans, he'll call me if he needs somebody. But Cyril's great. I mean, he's one of the Neville brothers, and
Yeah.
he's always been my favorite vocalist in the Neville brothers. And I definitely learned a lot from him playing with him. About New Orleans music and funk and that whole thing. And
Was
um,
that Zydeco? Because you also jamming the Zydeco artist too, having that complete
yeah,
New Orleans jive,
yeah. I
and all
mean,
that fun.
and
Yeah.
Zydeco is not something I ever really grew up listening to. I guess it just never. It was kind of just one of those things that was around. You go to a festival and you hear it, but I never really thought about it too much as far as like playing it or anything. But the interesting thing is with a lot of the Zydeco, modern Zydeco, it's really it incorporates funk and other styles in it. So as a guitarist, you're sort of still crossing over into the blues and funk.
Mm-hmm.
There's just an accordion involved, but it definitely there's different ways of you play more major scales and stuff like that than you normally do in the blues. So it's definitely a different side of Louisiana music that now is kind of incorporated a little bit more in my playing.
Well, there was a gentleman, because I worked at the Bradley Center. It was like the arena here for like 5 years in Milwaukee, going to college. Zydeco, I forget his name, but he toured. I could almost hear that music in my mind. I can hear that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a catchy thing that carries on. It's quite a gift and quite a unique, fun sound. I love that. It was a great deal. The Zydeco, I forget what his name was, but it was neat stuff to hear that. And also, you now are
Yeah.
Whiskey Bayou Records, your debut album that you had a little bit back, Burn It Down, and all that good stuff. So, tell us a little bit about some of those things that you had going for you, also, Eric.
Yeah, so that's Tab Benoit's label that he started.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're familiar with Tab, but he started the label, based out of Louisiana, and he's producing artists, and I was one of the first that he signed and produced, And then I've been touring with them a lot over the last year and a half. In fact, we're going out again in a week toward Arizona, Colorado area. But so I did that record with him. He produced it. He actually played drums on it, and then I go out live and open for him, and he plays drums with me for the opening set, and then does his set, and then I join him at the end of his set. So it's a cool thing, and we'll be doing that over the summer again a good bit. So yeah, that's been a cool ride. I mean, it's definitely gotten me in front of a lot of his crowd, which tends to like what I do. It's still guitar based, raw kind of stuff. And he's got a lot of different artists. Now he's added probably about 4 or 5 more artists to the label, and and then they didn't have any problem with me doing the album for Nola Blue also, which was cool.
Right.
With Tiffany. So it's been kind of cool to get to work with both camps, because they both have different kind of, I guess, different areas of the business a little bit, maybe, like the Tab stuff is, it's kind of based in South Louisiana and more guitarist oriented. And then Nola Blue, I guess, has got, a little bit of more, just a little bit different side of the blues thing that they're doing. And so it's been cool.
That sounds like a great marriage, and it's going to be a fun summer for you with this hot CD as you're going along, It's going to be awesome. So I'll tell you what, everybody, I'll be right back with Tiffany and Eric, and let's do it. Memories to forget.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Woke to see the sunlight going down as I got up. Nothing left inside my wallet, nothing left inside my cup. All the nights I'll never get back, all the days that I regret, I just keep making memories to forget. I reached inside my pocket, the last message on my phone was from me to my baby, saying, just leave me alone.
those, my friends, are trash cans in a warehouse. Did I just hear that, Tiffany
Well,
and Eric?
the trash cans are pretty in the background, so I'm not sure if that's exactly the drums.
There was trash cans,
That's
and then
toward the middle of the song.
like, they were also taking like sticks and banging them on like pipes and stuff, and
Wow.
they set up a bunch of microphones in the warehouse and made a bunch of noise.
They have
those drums.
achieved. They have achieved, because that is so cool, driving in the car, listening to that stuff. Oh, my. Memories to forget again. Wow. Thank you, Eric and Tiffany, for making that great stuff. And let's talk a little bit about your influences and things that we were talking about, the Rolling Stones. No exceptions that we got right here. So tell us a little about where you come from on your background, Tiffany, on your friends or bands or anything like that.
I mean, music that I listen to primarily, I'd have to say is, I listen to a lot of jazz. I listen to a lot of Anita O'Day and Sarah Vaughan and Ella Fitzgerald. And then I also like a lot of very old Delta blues. I mean, I love Robert Johnson and Blind Willie Johnson are my two favorites that I listen to. And I mean, I also listen to 60s artists that were inspired by those artists, like Janis Joplin and Led Zeppelin and, Jimi Hendrix and that kind of thing.
Well, that's the other...
And the Stones.
Of course. And, that's the band that you also play out there around New Orleans, too. Tell us about that band that you have going, the jazz band.
I mean,
yeah.
Well, yeah, my band, Tiffany Pollack and Company, we started out primarily jazz. We are now sort of a mix of jazz, folk, and blues, and with a little bit of, like, country, which is, when I write music, I tend to go that route anyway.
Yeah.
And since I was writing more music and trying to incorporate more originals and be less of, like, a corporate jazz band. So we went into more of that direction. And so, I mean, we do, on top of originals, we do like some Leonard Cohen covers and, like some Bob Dylan and some stuff like that. I like stuff that has really in-depth lyrical content. That's what really gets me.
Yeah, when you're playing out in New Orleans, are you like all over in different clubs? I just saw a picture that you were over at just last week. It looked like a real fun gig that you were at. Is there a lot of tourists come along your area, or how does that work up in New Orleans?
Yeah, I play a lot on Frenchman Street, and Frenchman Street is basically like a less congested, more jazz-centric version of Bourbon Street.
Uh-huh.
And I play there once or twice a week, generally, in a couple of different clubs. And, yeah, I'm always playing for tourists.